Marylanders now have a little more than a year to get the new required driver's license, and yet there are still millions in the state who are still without one. WMAR 2 News' Mallory Safaste tells us why you'll definitely want to act sooner rather than later, because if it matters to you, it's a matter for Mallory.
A Frederick woman waited months and went to court just to get the right license. The headache stems from an error made 45 years ago, but she didn't find out about it until a few weeks before her license expired.
By now, you've hopefully heard about the Real ID Act, a federal law that takes effect October 2020, requiring all plane passengers to have the right documents on file with the government. That can be a birth certificate or passport, plus something with your full name and social security number, plus 2 documents proving your home address. A burdensome amount of paperwork that for a select few can turn into an extraordinary ordeal.
Never had a passport in my life. Matter of fact, I've never had custody of my birth certificate either because I've never really needed it for anything.
Tina Lamb only had a few weeks to figure it all out, or she couldn't legally drive. A no-go for this single mom in Frederick.
I've got doctor's appointments. I have a daughter that has doctor's appointments every month. Got to get to work, got to pay the bills, got to get to the grocery store. You know, you have to live.
She called her mom in Florida to ask for her birth certificate. She didn't have it, so she went to the local health department and learned her birth date was wrong.
I was like, what? I was like, how can that possibly be? So it was explained, you know, hospitals make mistakes. It's just a typo. Somebody hit a 1 instead of a 2.
That little typo meant she needed a notarized letter from her mom.
Tina was born Suburban Hospital.
And a court date.
It took about 3 months in order to get that date for the court.
While she waited for a date, her license expired, and the MVA cut her off after 2 temporary extensions.
I wasn't sleeping. It was so overwhelming. It was so overwhelming.
Tina finally had her day in court in June.
5 minutes. That was all it took. After all the stress, all the time. 5 minutes.
She started the process in February. Oh, she also had to pay $165 to file the petition.
Somebody else's mistake.
These are very important, vital records, and they have to be accurate.
Lee Hurt with the Division of Vital Records has been trying to manage the flood of visitors and calls they've received since January. She said they can typically have you in and out in just 20 minutes, but you need to have the right information on you. The other options are to mail, call, or order online.
So if you mail it in, it takes about 4 weeks to get it back to you. But if you use the internet or phone orders, we can get it back in 12 business days.
The hoops aren't over after Vital Records. Next comes an in-person meeting with the MVA. Thousands will go through this very same process. So if Tina could impart one lesson, it would be,
if you procrastinate, you're going to be out of time and you will lose your license.
We checked in with Tina. Vital Records has updated her birth date, but because her license is expired, she'll have to wait for the office to mail her a copy. This could take several weeks.
Well, the MVA opened temporary offices to handle hundreds of appointments every day. And Vital Records is setting up a new call center with 10 staff members to answer all the questions they've been getting. You can also get your birth certificate from your local health department, except in Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Montgomery County. For those counties, you'll need to go to the Vital Records office. As of last checked, around 2 million drivers in the state do not have their real IDs. We have all the information on the Real ID on our website, including how to check if your ID is compliant. WMAR2news.com/matterformallory. And if you have a matter for Mallory, she wants to hear from you, you can email her at mallory@WMAR.com. Stick with us online at WMAR2news.com for updates on top stories and breaking news. And for news and weather while you're on the go, download the WMAR2 app. You can get live radar and breaking news sent straight to your phone. Thanks for watching. I'm Kelly Swoop.
This WMAR2 News Update is sponsored by Jones Junction.